All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BCP. We're getting back to business here. And just like Thanos, this guy is inevitable. Nunez, you know what I'm talking about, bro. Man, I'm excited for this one. Like we said, is long overdue. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show. You've seen him in Standalone Wrestling, Pro Wrestling After Dark, and TCW. He is going to be making his GCW debut this weekend. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Daltano Charles. You guys all know him as the Dilf. What's up, bro? How are you?
Just enjoy my evening over in West Jersey tonight with the agent. We got some business we got to take care of this weekend. And big game changer match on Saturday, so we're just getting ready for a wild weekend because my agent Chad, he does the ring rentals for No Holds Barred and Game Changer. So it's gonna be a crazy weekend. Two shows one day. We're gonna be assisting both companies. So we're just getting the weapons together, all that good stuff.
Yeah, just another day at the office, man. And tell us a little bit about working. Someone we consider a pillar of this show. I would have to say, Chad Minez. He's the guy. Tell us a little bit about working with Chad and what your relationship is with him.
So I started. I wrestled for a company when I first started out called Superstars of Wrestling, and Chad was involved. He got involved with them. And when I was working with them, Chad took me under his wing, and he made sure, he saw I was a good kid and I was training and working hard. He made sure, I got, when I worked hard, I got rewarded for it, and I didn't just get, thrown around in battle royals and silly bookings just for the hell of it, just to be out there. He really showed me the way to train harder and how to get better matches, and we started traveling together. A lot of networking, a lot of ring rentals, and he became my pretty much my pro wrestling agent. Like Eric Sims is an agent, but Eric Sims has a lot of clients, and he's been doing it for 30 years. So me and Chad, we have a lot. He has a lot more time for me because I'm his only client as a wrestler. He has a lot of ring rental clients, but I'm his only wrestler client that he manages. It's mostly behind the scenes too. We did a Titan Championship Wrestling thing where he was my manager up in Totowa, which was cool.
Oh, really?
He's a good friend of mine. He helped definitely get me in the right direction, and I'm lucky to have a guy like Chad. He does a lot for me, and he does a lot for professional wrestling in New Jersey.
Yeah, very well said. And, if it wasn't for Chad, I wouldn't be where I am journalistically, and I'm sure you wouldn't be where you are right now with your big, debut singles-wise coming up at GCW. Tell us what that means to you. And I believe, what was it, Nasty Leroy, I think you're taking on?
Yeah, Nasty Leroy. He's been popping off all over Instagram with Joey Janela on the Janela Zone. He's the co-host with him. He was on All Elite Wrestling. He made an appearance. So He's been around. I think he's managing Joey on some upcoming dates Joey has. I saw he's on the poster. So he's a pretty popular guy. And I saw he wrestled QT Marshall too. So he has a couple matches under his belt. And he knows something. He knows a little bit in the ring. I don't know if he could put on a 5-star match like Kenny Omega, but he knows what he's doing to an extent, and I hope he brings it, and I hope the fans enjoy the match.
Awesome, man. Very well said.
How'd you get into wrestling? What made you decide to become a wrestler? Who are some of your influences?
Well, as a kid, I was always a wrestling fan, and I never really knew exactly what I wanted to be when I grew up. And then, I watched wrestling, and I always thought, oh, maybe I'll just be a wrestler. And then I went to my first indie shows when I was 14, 15. And I saw guys like Danny DeMano, Damian Darling, Joey Janela. I saw all those guys in Brick Elks Lodge, I think it was. And I was like, I could do this if I work hard enough. These guys live around here. They're not on TV, but some of them are now. But I figured that I could definitely become an independent wrestler, and I'd be able to live my dream even if I never made it to a big company. But it looks like it is going to happen because I am the DILF changer. So basically, I went to SWF shows, and I got in with Rob Fury. He's a character, and basically he set up this ring for me, and you could work towards being on battle royals and stuff. So I pretty much set up the ring for about 6-7 months without getting anything. Never got paid. I think my whole SWF run, I got $20 one time, and I wrestled probably 20 shows for him. But it's when you first start out, you gotta put yourself out there like that to get the matches. Because you gotta make a name for yourself. You gotta scratch and claw your way, and that's what I did. I pretty much weaseled my way into wrestling. I didn't start at a wrestling school day one. I did go to multiple wrestling schools, and I still train. I still feel like there's a lot more I can get better at. But I started pretty much the old school way, setting up rings and paying my dues and learning from veterans. So it's actually pretty cool that I in 2017 I broke in the way I did, I think.
Yeah, man. And you know what? I see you putting in the work, man. I think we all tease you. I'm sure you have your fair share of ribbing and what not going on in the business right now. But more importantly, man, like in all seriousness, I see you putting in the work. I've been in the doors, or I've been there before behind the curtain before the doors open and all that kind of stuff, man. And, I see you running the ropes. I see you putting in the work. I'll give you a shout. I give you a little plug on my review. You did a great job in your match at the Drive-In Brawl for TCW, man. Nunes and I were very impressed with that suicide dive, man. That was
might have been highlight of the night, to be honest.
It was a move of the night. Very well done, man. So that was impressive. And then more importantly, after the show, I think you were the first one in the ring trying to break things down, man. So what's kind of your philosophy right now? What's kind of your mindset?
Well, when I break things down, I still, even if I have like a really good match, like you said, and I feel like I did a good job after 3 years. And I want to do this after 10 years, is I want to lead by example, and I want to show that you can put the work in behind the scenes, and you could still be a big star, and people will still treat you like a big star. But I think if they see a top guy putting in the work, I think people, the guys that are trying to make a name for themselves or want to be in the business will follow that, and the ones that don't follow that don't really want it. So I just want to lead by example. That's how I was trained. And I also want to have good matches. I just want to, like, all around everything in wrestling. It's a privilege to be a part of it. So, like, if guys are breaking down a ring, it's kind of a privilege, because back in the 90s, when people were breaking in the wrestling business, they kept it very protected, and even before that, it was very protected. So they didn't just let anybody build the ring for them. So now I feel like it's people take it for granted, and I like to do my part and lead by example.
Very well said, man. And with that, everything crazy. I mean, 2020 has been absolutely nuts. But with everything going on online in the wrestling world, the speaking out movement, people are getting sick with this whole COVID thing going on, man. More so, like, what's your philosophy? Being a young guy, we have a lot of this up and coming talent. Like, that's our goal here, is to, put you guys over, as they say, man. What's your kind of thought? Do you think wrestling's going to be better for you now that all this stuff is coming out? Are you trying to stay humble?
Oh, definitely stay humble, and but with the whole COVID situation, I think we just got to see what happens. But as long as there's shows running, that's a good thing. As long as there's content for me to be able to do, like, if I could wrestle in front of no people, but it's recorded and it's online and people are watching it, I guess that's fine. It's not the same, and I hope it's not like that forever. But you got to do what you got to do for now. It's just the circumstances. People used to be able to, like, run shows, and whoever showed up. Now there's, like, a big, like, cap on how many people are allowed there. The handshaking in the locker room, it's different now. It's crazy. It's just crazy times. I never thought anything like this would happen. So yeah, I just try to roll with the punches. I wish we could wrestle in front of 500 people indoors and shake everybody's hand, but we can't do that right now.
Yeah. No, very well said, man. I get it. But, now we kind of use that downtime to, recharge our batteries, get in shape, whatever it is. For us creatives, we focus on our craft, man. And I see you putting in the work. And like I said, you had a heck of a match. And, I see a lot of these indie guys out there that haven't been able to have that opportunity to be in a show. You got a couple coming up. You were able to do that drive-in show. So what was it like for you, I guess, being on the bench for months and months and months and getting that first opportunity to step back in the ring?
I thought I was going to be a little nervous or a little sloppy in the ring, because it was my first match in like 2 or 3 months. But it turned out, like, as soon as my music played, I just kind of, like, got into a certain mode, and I just felt, like, really confident and felt really, like, good out there. And, like, I missed it. And my cardio was good that night. My endurance was where it needed to be. So I thought I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if I was going to get blown up the first 2 minutes, but I felt really good out there, and it was a rush, and I felt like I was having fun out there. And it was like something I haven't felt in a few matches. I think it was because I missed it so much. Because when you wrestle weekend after weekend after weekend, it gets pretty tiring, and sometimes you don't stop and really think about how great it was that you got that opportunity, because you're just on the road and wrestling and you're tired and beat up. But after the break, it felt so good to go out there. And the lighter schedule, it does help.
You know what I think it was, man? I think it was the pants, really. That's what your good luck charm was, man. It was
the best, man.
What do you got, Nunes?
So
singlet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So even though you're young in your career, what are your goals going forward? You know, what are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? And who are some of your dream opponents, whether it be on the Indies or, you know, in a big-time company?
My short-term goals, just to keep up with getting in shape every month. I want to get in a little better shape. And obviously training in the ring, too, is a short-term goal. I want to keep getting better. Long-term, I want to be on a company like Beyond, a company like, I don't know, is Evolve still around? If they come back, I'd like to be on Evolve. NXT, AEW, ROH, MLW. I really like Fusion. Fusion's a good show. It's been getting a lot better, too, lately. A lot less promos and more actions. And that's really cool. So Impact would be cool. NWA would be cool. Obviously, all those companies. But if I could stay busy every weekend and become like an indie darling and make like 300 a show, I'd be happy with that every week. That would add up.
There you go. Well, what's the dream right now? Like the dream match, I should say. You know, it could be past, present, it could be a legend, it could be kind of fantasy warfare thing. What's the dream match?
Right now, I had one, but I can't name him anymore because he's no longer around because he got in trouble.
Well, he's in trouble. I got you. Yeah, maybe pass on that one.
Yeah. I had a good idea for Jack match with somebody, but I gotta say Joey Janela would be a good match.
I like that.
Rhett Titus was always one of my dream opponents, but I actually wrestled Rhett. I'd like to wrestle TJ Marconi. I'd like to, for some reason, I just think that needs to happen. TJ, I wrestled Danny DeMano. I would like a rematch against Danny. I'd like to wrestle Danny every single year at least once. That's what he told me he would do. Another name, probably Teddy Hart.
Okay, there you go. I got you. Those are some interesting picks. Yeah, I got you, man. And yeah. So got a little bit of hypothetical, you know, we like to ask some fun questions here, you know. Say you do make it to the grandest stage of them all one day, you know, you're still just starting out, man. You got a long career ahead of you if you stick with it and do things the right way. Say you do get that WrestleMania entrance, right? The pyro, you get a live band to play you out to the ring. Who's playing you out to the ring?
I mean, I would love for Guns N' Roses to do it, but my character, I don't know if my character really goes with anything they play.
I got you.
I like to come out to like more like flamboyant kind of like pop music.
Stick with the character. Well, what are your like favorite bands? Like, what do you like to listen to?
Like, I would come out to Cake by the Ocean live, like by Dan.
Nice. Nice.
I got you, man. All right, man. Well, let me ask you this. Now, where are you from originally?
Manahawkin, New Jersey, by a Long Beach Island, the Jersey Shore area.
Okay, I got you, man. So you're a New Jersey guy. First of all, pork roll or Taylor ham?
I like Taylor ham, I guess.
So Taylor ham. See, we say pork roll, but that's okay. We're not going to kick you off, man. And how about your favorite pizza place? I always like to get everyone's favorite pizza place because I have been able to try a couple the past couple of weeks, man. Favorite pizza joint?
Joey's Pizza, I guess. Joey's.
Where's that?
They're near my house in like Ocean County. They have like 3 locations. Joey's
Okay.
Pizza.
Joey's Pizza. All right. I'll write that down, man. I got a running list. Yeah, Nunes and I will hit it up we got a couple barbecue places to hit up as well for sure, man. Nunez, what do you got over there, bro?
So we mentioned the whole COVID, the pandemic. What have you been doing? Obviously you say you've been training and things like that. What else have you been doing to keep yourself occupied during these crazy times? With the self quarantine and everything.
Well, I was a full-time wrestler pretty much, and I was just doing stuff with like my agent Chad and like he owns a cleaning business, so I was working with him a little bit. So right now I started working at Wawa since the virus started. So I've been just being like a Wawa guy, and that's my day job. And then I let loose on the weekends, and even when I get off of work, I train and stuff. So I always keep up with it. I stay busy. I wake up early, go to work, and then I get home, work out, exercise, watch wrestling, just keep up with everything. I try not to have like too many days where I'm just sitting around.
I got you, man. That's good. Like you said, we're putting in, you're putting in the work. And more importantly, Wawa has the best chocolate milk of all the chocolate milk in the world. I think that's just a fact right there. But more importantly, since you're a Wawa guy, your favorite kind of hoagie, or do you call it a sub? Or
It's a hoagie. I like the Italians they have. They're like the
I get Italian too.
salad. The chickens, they have good chicken. I haven't had it since I started working there because I try to eat clean. Like today I had Italian. I should have got like the chicken tender sandwich because that thing's good. I always make that.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah.
But I usually get like the grilled chicken, and I just take off the roll, and I get spinach, lettuce, onions, and I just mix that in a bowl.
Gotcha, man. Well, that's cool, bro. And just a couple more questions, man. We appreciate a few minutes of your time, man.
Yeah,
so you're a young guy, like up and coming in this business. What do your friends say, like when you say, "Yeah, I'm a wrestler," or is your family very supportive of all that?
My parents have never actually been to a match, which I thought
really.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think they get it. They want me to like get a more secure career, but I moved out of my parents' house, so I don't really worry about their approval too much. I rent my own room. I got a nice downstairs all to myself. So, my friends, some of them like it, some of them don't like wrestling because I guess some people it's just not their thing. Like one of my friends asked to see my matches. And I was like, I got kicked in the head, and I'm selling it. And he's like, bro, I could never do that. You're just letting it beat you up. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm selling it. And they don't get what selling is. They just want to be guys. Some people, it's just not for everybody.
Right, for sure. But it's an amazing world, and I think it's given a lot to you, and it still will. It's given a lot to us for sure. So say to somebody starting out, a young guy like you. That they want to get into business, they want to train, you're still starting out, but what's something that you would say to these people that want to get into the business, some advice?
Always believe in yourself. If somebody says no, it's not the end of the world. There's a lot of opportunities out there. Stay on these promoters. My big thing was I built the ring, and if you got to build the ring to get noticed or to build relationships, that's what you got to do because that's how people see your face. If nobody knows who you are and nobody sees you putting the work in, there's a less chance that they're going to bring you in just to put your bags down and wrestle and pick your bags up again. You have to like establish yourself to do that. I think a lot of guys, they think, oh, I'm going to be a wrestler. I'll be in WWE next month. But you got to go through so much to get there. So you just got to be willing to put in all the work and you got to have a lot of time for it. You got to make a lot of time for it.
I got you, man. And we talk about advice, man. We see a lot of these shows, Chad will bring in some of these legends or, TCW will bring in some of these legends. I know, shaking the hands and, being respectful is a big part of the business. Do you ever get any advice from any of these legends or not necessarily legends, just like, like the national acts or these people who have made it? Do they ever just kind of give you advice because you're a young guy?
Yes. I've had a lot of guys that I've talked to, Bull James, Serpentico. He's on AEW. John Cruz.
That's our dude.
Hi, that's our guy.
I did an Evolve tryout with Ciampa, so that was a nice seminar.
Oh, you went to that?
Yeah.
How was that, man?
That was awesome because Ciampa's pretty sharp, so he passed a lot of knowledge. I got a notebook full of stuff. Gabe gave a speech. Gabe Sapolsky gave a speech. He's pretty smart.
That's awesome.
Brett Titus. Hopefully this Saturday I get some tips from Janela too. That'd be great because I look up to him a lot.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Jersey guy too, Asbury Park area. That's awesome, bro. And real quick before we get out of here, man, we always, we did ask about the goals and stuff like that. Is there like a title right now you're eyeing? Do you think it's too early for that, or is that like an ultimate goal to be the standalone wrestling champion, to be a champion in Titan, to be a champion in GCW, CZW, whatever it may be, man? Any goals to have some gold around the waist?
Well, right now, Shaun Donovan is the standalone champion, so I think he's in a feud right now, and he's got some heavyweights he's got to get through. I'm doing my thing on Saw and on more like Pro Wrestling After Dark, representing them on standalone shows. So I'm not really eyeing a title over there, but I am eyeing the LTW Light Heavyweight Championship. I have a match for the light heavyweight title August 1st in Toms River against Ace Marksman and Drax Mason. I started training at like SWF shows and at a ring we had set up in Lacey, New Jersey, 3 years ago when I was still in high school. And it was those two guys working out with me. And now we're having this big, 3 years later, we're having this big three-way match for the title. So that's going to be cool.
Good for you, man. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're doing well. And dude, like we said, man, we've watched you kind of climb the ladder here, man. I think we're very proud of you. You've done a great job. TCW, coming out of, a little bit of what people might consider a lot of guys having ring rust. You looked great, man. You looked awesome, man. That suicide dive, Nunes and I were just like, look at the DILF. Okay, man. All right. So that's great, man. Real quick, where can everyone follow you on social media and all that good stuff?
Instagram and Twitter. It's Dalton, EWWITSDALTON. Facebook, you can find me at Dilf Boy Daltano on my page. I got a like page. And we got also an ATS for my IWA stable I'm in Against the System. We got a page for that. And I think that's it. Basically, Instagram, Snapchat, or not Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't really have a fan Snapchat.
I got you, man. No TikTok yet?
I don't have TikTok now.
I feel like that would be on brand with your persona for sure.
Still popular? Because it's still like.
I don't have it, but I think
I don't have one either. But yeah, it's a big thing. I'm not really a fan. No offense to TikTok, but
yeah.
But
it could be good for the persona, man. Who knows? But. Dude, thank you so much. Like I said, we see you putting in the work. We appreciate your time, man, and continued success moving forward, bro.
Good luck.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was awesome talking to you tonight.
All right, guys. We're out. Everyone stay safe. Peace.